City of Heroes Podcast, episode 66.
Welcome to the City of Heroes Podcast, a resource for the casual heroes gamer.
Your hosts, CoH and Viv, are here to explain basic and advanced features of CoH,
as well as give tips and answer your questions about this great MMO.
Greetings, heroes. Long time no talk. Sorry about that. It's been a long year, and we seem to be surviving it, so yay. City of Heroes Podcast just passed our 17th anniversary since our first episode. It's kind of crazy to contemplate, you guys. I'd hoped to have something in the feed for you that day, but you'll understand soon why it was empty. Let's just get on with it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid right off and get to the most important item first. It's something I share with a sad heart. CoH and I were long planning for this episode, and while gearing up for it, he admitted his interest in the game has waned, at least for now. And he's going to continue focusing his energies in other areas. And that's totally okay, right? I was surprised because at the same time I've been increasing my playing along with tweaking settings and costumes so that I could play longer before migraine stuff ends the fun. I really want to get back to those lore readings and exploring all that amazing content that the original devs and the homecoming devs have given us. But it was a blow, and I took some time to consider what I wanted to do. And I find that I remain committed to sharing info to anyone that's still interested in news about City of Heroes from just me. Specifically on Homecoming, since that's where I play. I always love the back and forth that we've shared with you guys, especially in the early days when things were really hopping. And I would love more interaction with you as a result of this change. My passion for this game and for my humble contribution to the great community that sprang up from it remains. But real talk, without CoH, it's not going to be as inherently fun for me. So if you have concerns, feedback, comments, collaborations, suggestions, or complaints, you can still reach out to me at CoHPodcast@gmail.com. Just please bear with me as I try to wield the things. But luckily, he's still helping behind the scenes, so there is hope for us, y'all. Our Discord remains up and running, CoH and Viv's Game Night, which is the closest thing we have to the forums of yore. We have channels for CoH, the podcast, other games we play and stream, and other silly and or informative topics. Sometimes both. There's more for me to figure out, but for now, thanks for your patience as I try and transition to a format I can wrangle. My general goal is to get impactful announcements out quickly. And to be honest, the easiest thing that comes to mind for that is live streaming a read-through and posting the video from a Twitch stream to YouTube after. Unless I figure out how to do both at the same time, apparently that's a thing. I don't know, these kids today coming up with craziness. To be honest, I'm nervous about that because it felt like sometimes it was too chaotic, what with us hosting the viewers in chat while reading the patch notes. It seems to me, anyways, like when it came to the audio only, listening to those episodes, it was kind of hard to listen to. That's my opinion, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It'd make it easier for me to get the episodes out, but these are for me and you. So if it doesn't work for you, I'd love to know. Again, feel free to send me your thoughts at CoHPodcast@gmail.com, or of course I'm available on the Discord in private or in the channel specifically for the podcast. In other show news, I'll be doing Extra Life again this year with a higher goal than previous years because we've surpassed it for the last 2 years. The goal this year is 1,000. In the last 2 years, we've done, I think, 1,700 both years. So 1,000 seems reachable, except I haven't done the streams that I'd planned to do in advance to kind of take the pressure off of November. But it was, as I said, a rough year, and so here we are. No pressure on you guys, it's all on me. I'll be doing a variety of things while begging for donations to my local children's hospital, including, but mostly, playing City of Heroes. I've, as I said, been tweaking settings with an aim to playing more and longer with fair success, so let's just go all in, shall we? I'm lining up some fun friends and thinking about maybe a possible CoH Podcast Gathering that weekend. Haven't nailed down the day, still figuring it out. But both days will start at 10 a.m. Mountain, noon Eastern, over at twitch.com/vividmuse. Maybe we'll do some trick-or-treating since the event will be ongoing. Something with a league anyways, in case more than 8 want to join in the fun. But we'll see what develops, shall we? I'll be playing some other games that weekend as well after CoH. And yes, I do have a few of the embarrassing stream stunts for donos to the charity that helps the sick kiddos, including the sour candy torture and, you guys, other things, as well as a game I just, guys, I really don't want to play. But I bought it anyways because it would be perfect if we hit our $1,000 goal. You guys deserve it. And I'm even going to try and set up the heart rate monitor I caught for stream so you can just revel in my stress right along with me. If you want to punish me for not getting the episodes out faster, now's your chance. It's free to watch, and I've got 30-second ads, which is the shortest I can figure out how to have. It's just the price of doing business on Twitch, though, you guys. And lurkers are welcome. But also, it's just super helpful for my morale and also for the stream's success to have viewers. Even if you don't chat or join in, I'd just be so grateful for your attendance. If you're not familiar with if you're not familiar with Twitch, there's something called lurking, which just means you go to the stream and give a view while you go off and do laundry or get on your conference call or go off and cook lunch or whatever you need to do. But on Twitch, it's easier to get found if you have more viewers. So again, it would just be something I'd be really grateful for. But now, the reason you're really here. City of Heroes news about this game we love so much. We left off at page 6, but instead of doing oldest to newest, there's a time-sensitive announcement included in the October 1st announcement on the City of Heroes Homecoming forums, so let's make sure you know about it first. Closed beta applications are open. As some of you know, there has been a testing shard open for a number of years now, but the way to join has always been kind of opaque. We are pleased to announce that as of today, you will be able to join closed beta through the account portal. We're looking for applicants who are interested in providing detailed and constructive feedback about features and development. There are no specific requirements for applying, but successful applicants should have a positive history in the community and a passion for City of Heroes. Name release begins November 1st, and that's the one I really wanted you guys to know about. The City Council has decided that we will activate the long-awaited name release policy on November 1st, 2024. As a reminder, the policy is as follows. Characters will be flagged as inactive when the following time thresholds are met. Level 1 to 5 characters will be flagged as inactive if they have not been played in the last 30 days. Level 6 to 49 characters will be flagged as inactive if they have not been played in the last 365 days. Level 50 characters will never be flagged as inactive, with the exception of temporal warriors. When a character is flagged as inactive, they are not immediately renamed. Instead, their name is simply no longer locked. This allows another player to create a character with that same name, at which point the original character will be renamed. This flag will be visible on the character's select screen, and you can remove the inactive flag from a character at any time simply by logging them in. As you're likely aware, the timer's been going on since the release of issue 27, page 4, so most names should be released immediately. And then they've given us a little question and answer. Why are you doing this? In the very early days of the server, back when we didn't know how long we'd be around, a lot of people made a lot of characters and then abandoned them. There's no reason to permanently preserve the names of someone who never intends to return to the game. How many names will be freed up? We estimate that 1.6 million names will be eligible for release upon activation, drawing roughly evenly from 1 to 5 and 6 to 49 buckets. This is roughly half the total number of characters. Isn't there a better solution? We have considered alternate solutions, but the way the servers and databases talk to each other make those solutions impractical. This solution strikes a balance between preserving character names and freeing up unused names. Will this ever extend to max level characters? We have no plans to do so. And then Code of Conduct updates. We're making some minor updates, mostly relating to multi-boxing and AFKing in various zones. In short, we've added clarification on the watermarks for when multi-boxing is and isn't okay with regards to shard population. Multi-boxing in the Labyrinth of Fog is now explicitly disallowed. GMs may request that you cease multi-boxing during events such as the winter and Halloween events. AFKing or idling in raid zones may result in a GM moving your character out of the zone. And repeated behavior may result in further action if necessary. Using task forces and AE mode to bypass the AFK logout timer may result in being disconnected by a GM. The intent of this addition is to give GMs the ability to use their judgment and take action if necessary on a case-by-case basis. To put it simply, you're probably fine as long as you're not causing some sort of disruption or using the functionality for some kind of gain. Repeatedly disregarding a GM's warnings may result in further action. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the Halloween event will go live today and will run until November 5th. Enjoy trick-or-treating. Thanks for reading. I'm going to get to those notes in a bit for those that are coming back to homecoming for the first time or whatever. But first, I wanted to give you some more events that are going on homecoming. In addition to the Halloween event. Daisy, who you all will remember from our feature on Supergroup Bases a while back, gave an update on the Halloween base tours as well as the Witch House. Now, the Witch House is something that she does along with Easter Bunny and many others. And it's an amazing supergroup base that they've designed, and they've got actors and people going in and doing different roles for it. So it's a more interactive situation than just a blank SG base tour. Highly recommend it. It's really fun, even if you only ever go once, but you might need to go a couple times to see all the little things that they've got in there for you. If people want to tour it apart from those, it will be open all the time after the 28th. But until the 28th, if you want to go, 10/20 Sunday from 7 p.m. to midnight, and then October 25th, Friday from 7 p.m. to midnight. And then treats start on October 26th, and they will run from 2 p.m. to midnight, and that's a Saturday, October 26th. And October 27th, Sunday, 7 p.m. to midnight, and Halloween from 7 p.m. to midnight. There is also a tour that Daisy has pulled together, coordinated, the Fright Seeing Tour. Easter Bunny did a post on the forums regarding it. Let's see, it's spooky season. We've had people already anxious to see all the wonderful Halloween-themed bases that we know are out there. So, announcing a Fright Seeing Tour. List your Halloween-themed bases here, and be sure they are also on the community base directory. Have your bases open for people to tour during October. If you prefer to have more limited tour dates, let us know when to list your base, and we will not put the codes into the tour hubs until you're ready. He recommends that you have a different code until that time if you wish to discourage visitors before that time. And I'll put a link to that post in the show notes. And if nothing else, if it's too late for you to submit yours, then at least you'll know whose posts to watch for next year. You would simply be submitting the shard, the base name, the base code, the globals of anyone who would like credit and comments, and special considerations. If it's an award winner, if flight is helpful, if it's a work in progress. And that also is a good time to remind you guys about the base directory. And that is literally just a collection. People have submitted that information for their bases. Really see some of the amazing things that our community has built, you guys. It's shocking what folks are able to do with the SG Base Builder. Really impressive. But if you are interested on the Fright Seeing Tour, here are the tour hubs. You would enter this code to be able to get in when it asks for one. On Everlasting, the code for the tour hub at the SG Base portal is the word tour, TOUR -33691. On Excelsior, it's tour -30788. On Indomitable, it's tour -11167. Reunion is tour -9105. And Torchbearer is tour -14480. And again, I'm going to put links in the show notes that'll be available on our website. I'm not sure what goes out to the podcatchers and such, so just make sure that you, if you're interested in that, they'll definitely be there, or you can head to the Discord and I can share them there as well. And then we have our announcement for the Halloween event posted by the curator on October 1st. And he says, sorry, and they say, because I don't know the gender, another autumn's October greetings to all you classy cape wearers and stylish schemers out there. It's almost time for a frightfully good spook. What time is that, you might ask? Spooky season is once again upon us. Oh my, indeed. Get ready for the Homecoming City of Heroes Halloween event, October 1st to November 5th. So what does the Halloween event bring? I'm glad you asked. Each year, the fallen fae of the Unseelie Court attempt to invade our world by opening rifts when the spirit realm and the mortal realm are at their closest during the spooky Halloween season. Fortunately for us, they have been thwarted every year by the valiant efforts of heroes and villains who stop these spooky beings in their tracks. However, their persistence leads them to bolster their ranks if their attempts at world scaring are to succeed. The Unseelie Court's Hollow Reapers are ever vigilant at seeking mystic methods to bring frightful fears. These Reapers are using their spectral scythes to widen the rifts, allowing even more terrifying creatures of the night to invade when somebody is tricked whilst trick-or-treating. This can't be good. So what is there to do during the Homecoming City of Heroes Halloween event? Badges, badges, badges. There are a ton of event badges to be earned during the Halloween event each year. They have a list of all the badges on the wiki. Zone trick-or-treating. Go to any zone appropriate to your level range, click any mission door, and you'll be surprised with either a treat reward or a trick spook. I will add that appropriate to your level range is a flexible thing. You can go to Peregrine Island at level 1, which is where I would recommend to go. Villain or hero, you can go there at level 1. So, appropriate. If you can get in, you can get in. Next up, treats will reward a variety of things. Halloween costume temporary powers that come in many flavors. Collecting many reward badges. Halloween salvage that can be redeemed for an extra costume slot. A spider vanity pet, and more. Talk to the Halloween salvage vendor appropriate for you. Heroes will head to Croatoa to speak to Anna. Villains will head to Granny Beldam in Nerva Archipelago, and Praetorians will go see Acantha in Imperial City. If you're wearing a costume power, Halloween or Prestige, while trick-or-treating, you can receive a whispered rumor tip mission that allows earning up to 6 badges. You can also earn inspirations. Sometimes, though, all you get is a rock. And aren't those treasured, you guys? Tricks will spawn Halloween enemies, but worry not, as these enemies can be defeated for badges. There are trick-or-treating elite bosses, 5 elite boss enemies that can spawn while trick-or-treating above level 25. Ancient vampires, spectral werewolves, arisen mummies, crone matriarchs, and hollow reapers. These spooky elite bosses will reward 5-fold experience and influence for each one defeated. Have any alts that still need some levels? I haven't tried out that one goofy power set combo yet. Want to build a meta character for advanced modes? This would be a great opportunity to find some time to go trick-or-treating then. Each of these elite boss mobs also count for the legacy defeat badges. Spectral wolves count as both werewolf and ghost defeats. These mobs spawn at a lower rate than other trick-or-treat enemies and were designed to be tough. For the best results, try trick-or-treating with a team or league. Looking for an efficient trick-or-treating spot? Might I recommend the motel near the hospital in Peregrine Island? And if you'll notice, that's where we are. That's what we have a view of right now. There are Halloween event badges and ether rewards. 5 badges for defeating each of the trick-or-treat elite boss types, including ancient vampires, spectral werewolves, arisen mummies, crone matriarchs, and hollow reapers for the badges in that order: vampiric heritage, spectral anomaly, mummy's curse, unholy cabal, and reaper of souls. Not only that, but each of these elite boss badges also rewards 2 prismatic ether particle salvage as a bonus, for a grand total of 10 possible on each character. You can earn progress for these badges at any level, but must be level 25 to claim the badge and salvage rewards. You can buy some costumes, you can save up for something fancier, or you can just sell the ethers and rake in some influence. And there are costume goodies. Fancy any of those Halloween costumes and wish you could keep them permanently? If you earn all 5 of Elite Boss Halloween defeat badges and claim the rewards, you'll have enough prismatic ether currency to purchase 1 permanent Tier 1 prestige costume of your choosing from any of the Benevolop's vendors found at Vault Reserve locations. The Halloween salvage vendors are also offering a limited-time Furbolg, Ancient Vampire, and Arisen Mummy prestige costumes, which are available for the entirety of the month of October each year. These Halloween prestige costume costs 10 prismatic ether particles, plus 50 of each of the 4 trick-or-treat Halloween salvage types. As an aside, I think it's cool that you also have to have the different salvage types from trick-or-treating. And then we have zone giant monster hunts. For the duration of the Halloween event, you can find the giant monsters, Eokai and Jack and Irons randomly throughout standard zones. The pair are worth an exclusive badge for the first time, defeating each. But every time they're defeated grants 6 reward merits to everyone who participated. And after being defeated, another Eokai or Jack will respawn somewhere in the same zone shortly afterward. So if you search the zone, they can be defeated many times repeatedly for lots of reward merits. And the zombie apocalypse zone invasions are underway. Keep an eye on the zone event channels. Frequently during the Halloween event's runtime, zones will be attacked by a zombie apocalypse. During this event, waves of zombies will spawn anywhere there are players and can be defeated for badges and experience. Group up somewhere with a lot of allies and mow down zombies for rewards. Don't stand too close to police drones, though. You guys know why not to stand too close to the police drones. Obviously, you do, but for new players, it's because the police drones will take out the bad guys. So you won't get XP for that. Like, it's great at low levels if you get a big mob on you and you need to flee to the drones to get some relief or some assistance. That's totally acceptable and cool. But if you want credit for those defeats, then you don't do that. Let's see. Continuing on, Deadly Apocalypse Zone events. Keep an eye on the zone event channels. If a spooky fog and 4 banners roll in, it's time for a deadly apocalypse. In this event, players must coordinate to defeat enemies simultaneously at all 4 banner locations marked on the map. As the banner's defenders are defeated simultaneously at all 4 locations, the protection on the banners will gradually weaken. Remember, if there aren't people at all 4 banners fighting, you won't be able to make any progress. Eventually, the banners will become vulnerable, and players can destroy each one for a total of 4 badges. Once all 4 banners have been destroyed, a greater mystic aspect I'm going to say that again. A greater mystic aspect giant monster will spawn somewhere in the zone. If defeated, they will reward players with another badge and choice of a temporary power. And if all that sounds intimidating, listener, know that if you go into Peregrine Island and you ask for a TOT League invite, you are likely going to be teleported around the map for those banners, and you won't even really register what's going on. You'll be fighting at the motel, and then they're going to teleport you to a banner, and you're just going to fight more stuff, and then they're going to teleport you back to the motel. It's amazing. It's so great. I highly recommend it. And then there's Dr. Kane's House of Horrors trial. Grab 4 allies and queue up for the Dr. Kane's House of Horrors trial from the Looking for Group LFG tab on your chat window. I recommend Pocket D, though. That's usually where folks are queuing up for it that I've seen. Face lots of spooky enemies and earn plenty of badges in this short trial that's only available during the Halloween event. And they offer a tip. Prestige costumes also count for the tricked out badge criteria. There is an Atlas Park zone makeover during the Halloween event. Atlas Park will get a spooky makeover. Enjoy the change of scenery while it lasts. It really does look great. The big old pumpkin and the trees, everything just looks amazing. All the little details that are sprinkled around. So really just enjoy it, you guys. We also have Eternal Night for the last 2 weeks of the Halloween event. Starting on October 2nd, most zones will be covered by an Eternal Night. If you're interested in hunting for enemies that only spawn at certain times of the day, like the ghosts in Croatoa, this is a great chance to get those badges. That's everything for Halloween this year. We hope everyone has a grand and spooky time playing City of Heroes. Thanks, Homecoming, for being such awesome players. Well, that's all we're going to do for today, you guys. So what's up next? I'll pick up on the patch notes where Chooch and I left off, which means episode 67 should be the page 7 patch notes. And they are long, my loves, so we're not doing them tonight. I don't know yet if I'll do a marathon patch note read, maybe on the Twitch stream, twitch.com/VividMuse. I will just Post what's good to post. Don't want to put any trash in your ears, that's for sure. But let's just see how this goes. Yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I want to thank you if you listened. And if you didn't, no salt. I'm not mad. It's fine. But yeah, we've gone a long way, and I'm going to try and take us a little further by myself. And again, hope to see you November 2nd and 3rd weekend for my Extra Life weekend for the Children's Hospital of New Mexico. We've got $875 to go towards our goal, and those donations are tax deductible in the U.S. You will be able to find the link to that. Hopefully it'll cross podcatchers, but if not, just go to extralife.org and search for Vivid News, because it's me. Hope to see you then. Take care, everybody. All the best. And you know what we say here. You know it. You know what we say. Say it along with me. Good hunting, heroes.
This podcast, its hosts, and websites are not in any way affiliated with NCSoft, Cryptic Studios,
or Homecoming servers.
All views expressed are solely of the hosts and their guests.
This podcast is released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license, which is explained in detail at CoHPodcast.com.
Good hunting, heroes.
Enjoy the change of scenery while it lasts. Enjoy the change of scenery while it lasts. Fantastic. Have any alts that still need some levels? Haven't tried out that one goofy? Oh. Haven't tried out that one spooky? I don't know what that... I hope that didn't... All right, we're going to finish reading it, and I have to pick up from here. We will. Will we do a marathon for that, or will I say we? You guys, I need to get used to saying I, don't I? Feels weird. But